If your printer is sitting idle right now, stop wasting time. If your A1 Mini or your P1S or your X1C or your Prusa Core 1 or whatever 3D printer that you have is not currently slinging filament at this moment, you are wasting time. I'm just kidding. I get it's not practical to run your 3D printer 24 hours a day, but I've been thinking of that intro for an entire month now. Just let it slide. What is true, however, is the main reason that your printer is not printing right now is because you don't know what to print. Every month I take a look at all of the most popular STL websites, go through that trending page or that popular in the last 30 days category and bring you only the best prints from all the websites. It's like a highlight reel just for STLs. Not only that, but then I organize them into categories for you. I'm going to show you 3 practical prints, 3 prints that take less than 1 hour, 3 prints that are art prints or just cool to look at, and then finally 1 bonus print which could be anything. As always, there are chapters down below so you can jump through as much or as little of this video as you want. You can go straight to the outro if you desire. I can't control what you do. And the original creators and the files are going to be in the description down below so you can go print these out for yourself, give the original creator some love, and then come back here. Let me know in the comments if I should keep doing these types of videos, and also let me know what you're gonna print. You might be featured like these cool people. And that's all I got for an intro. Let's get started with our 3 practical prints for August 2025. Up first, we have the Shade Stand Mini for our practical prints of August. This is an amazing 2-tone design that holds 2 of your favorite pairs of sunglasses, or reading glasses, or glasses that you wear every day, or a mix of the both. You could have the top pair be your daily glasses and then the bottom pair be your sunglasses, or 2 pairs of sunglasses like you can see here. Can you tell one of these pairs is designated for lake days? This print prints out on a couple of different build plates, but everything comes together very nicely and gives you this very finalized, clean look. I especially love the border around the outside with that little glasses logo. It's small touches like that that really make prints just that much better. And of course the honeycomb design is just top tier. This thing looks so good, and it's actually practical. It holds your glasses. I did have to go in Bambu Studio and change the color of the ends of the rods so that it was that dark brown color, but that's not a very hard fix at all. I had 0 issues with tolerances on this print. Everything screwed in as it should. All the supports popped off, no problems whatsoever. Now you have somewhere to leave your glasses that's not just thrown on the counter. I'm sure your significant other will thank you, or me. I showed you the print. Alright, we got sunglasses holder. What else do we need held up? Headphones, of course. This is the Tsunami headphone holder. I decided to go with this chocolate, darker brown color for this print, and I think I made a great choice. However, that original orange that the creator used would have also been a really good choice. The architecture used to design something so simple as a headphone holder is just awesome. This is a modern art piece to me, and this could have been placed in the art category, but because it holds headphones, that's practical to me, and it is now in the practical category. And it does a really good job at that. You can see with my gaming headset, even with a mic on there, it keeps the mic off the ground. This is the perfect desktop print to sit next to your computer so your headphones are always there ready to go when you're not using them, and they look good while they're doing it. Was that a clue to a future video? Desktop prints? Maybe. I don't know. Subscribe if you want to find out. I mean, come on. I love the ridges on the back of this that are not only aesthetically pleasing, but they're also functional, providing more support to your headphone. You could throw some really heavy bass boosted headphones on this thing and I'm not concerned about the stability whatsoever. Overall, a really great looking and practical print for your desk. This is the foldable hanger. I know what you're thinking already right away. Why do I need a foldable hanger? Let me give you a couple of scenarios. Actually just 2, which is exactly what a couple is, so that's perfect. Scenario 1. You're traveling and you need to take hangers with you, but hangers take up so much space in your carry-on that you just don't pack them, and then you don't impress anybody at the job interview that you had to fly to because your suit is wrinkly because you didn't bring a hanger with you. That all could have been avoided if you had this foldable 3D printed hanger, of course. Scenario 2. You just need a hanger and you don't want to buy them. 3D print one. It's perfect. And because it's foldable, it fits on almost all of the build plates. Okay, it's the under 1 hour category now. You made it. Before we get started, I'm going to spoil it for you. All 3 of these under 1 hour prints are practical. The first one being the balloon tying device. Much like the soda can opener featured in a previous video, is this tool necessary? No. Does it make everything so much easier and could also be used as an accessibility device? 100% yes. This is a super quick, around 20-minute print that just makes it so much easier to tie balloons and you don't have to wrap them around your fingers anymore. This might even allow somebody to tie a balloon that maybe couldn't have been able to tie one before. What a small, great 3D print that can bring joy to people. In the form of balloons, of course. I will say there is a slight learning curve to figuring out how you gotta wrap that balloon around because it is specific, but once you get it, it's easy. All you do is wrap the balloon around the back of the tool, throw the end of the balloon through the middle holder, and then pull everything off and it's tied. I hope that made sense. That was really hard to describe. You kind of just need to watch and see how to do it. That's the best way to learn this thing. If you're throwing a party and you need a bunch of balloons, you could print out an entire bed of these things, give them out to everybody that's helping you set up, and make that balloon tying process so much easier, and you won't have to hear about sore fingers for the entirety of the party. This next one might not be as exciting as tying balloons, but it is definitely practical and it's definitely under 1 hour. This is the stick-on cable organizer. I think the best way to show you how this print works is to just get this A1 Mini out of the way, and let's bring in something with a long cable that I don't use all the time, such as this filament dryer. Amazing filament dryer, but right away you can see that this cord is all over the place and it's just kind of annoying and in the way. How do you fix that? With this simple print, obviously. How else would you fix it? This is a 3D printing video. You think I'm gonna order something online? This butterfly looking print is the solution to all of that. All you gotta do is take some double-sided tape, throw it on the back of that print, and put this on whatever you're trying to organize. For me, I'm gonna throw it on the back of this filament dryer, and you can probably see where this is going. You can now wrap up your cord around this print, and then throw the very end of the cord, the part that plugs into the wall, into the center of the print. I will say, this print was designed for round cables and not the square type that this one is, so it didn't stick exactly in the middle, but it still worked. And now the cable is out of the way and is gonna make storage so much easier. Not only that, but when I want to actually use this filament dryer, I don't have to take the entire cord. I can just take the couple wraps that I need, plug it in, and leave the rest of it raveled up out of the way. There are literally so many uses for this print. Anything that has a power cord could use this print. If you think of the kitchen alone, there are so many places that I would want this. The toaster, the KitchenAid, the air fryer, the electric kettle if you have one, and anything else that you can think of that plugs in the kitchen or not in the kitchen. Literally anywhere you want to stick this to, you can organize a power cable. Lastly, for the quick prints, we have the smart doorstop. Could you tell us what this was just by looking at it? Printed out of this pretty awesome looking orange filament, you can really see the texture and the detail on something as simple as a doorstop. That texture is actually functional because it's a smart doorstop. You heard that correctly. No, it doesn't have any electronics and it's not prone to AI taking it over, but it is smart because when you open the door and push it against this doorstop, it locks it into place. And then when you're ready to close the door, take your foot, step on the doorstop, and then the door is free to close or leave it half open if you want. The point is, it's free to move because it's unlocked, not because the door is unlocked, because the door stop is unlocked. That's why it's smart. You can lock the door into whatever position you want it to be in, and then with a simple press of a foot, unlock it again. I can't believe this isn't already an on-the-shelf product. I'm no expert in the doorstop industry, but I feel like it would sell a lot, right? You might have noticed a little bit of orange in the corner of this video. Is that Prusa orange, you might be asking yourself? And the answer is yes. Prusa was nice enough to send out their Prusa Core 1 3D printer for me to check out. They told me I could say anything I wanted in any time frame that I wanted. So this is what I want to tell you about the Prusa Core 1. What you probably do want to know about the printer is it worked right out of the box. In fact, I've had this printer set up for 2 weeks now, running every single day, and I haven't had a single failed print on it yet. Another cool feature is the queue system where you can queue 3D prints for your printers. That's especially useful for me when I'm making these videos. I can just queue all the prints that I want in this video, and then as soon as one is done, I click that ready button and it starts printing out the next print. If you got scared a couple months back when said they were going to shut down their software, maybe you should look at something open source like the Prusa printers. So far, I absolutely love this printer and I would love to add a couple more Prusa printers to my collection. In fact, they said if this video hits 50K, they'd send me out an Excel to check out. I don't think they think I can hit 50K, but let's find out, why don't we? Let's also find out what's in that art/cool category right now. Up first in the art category, we have this Cathedral wall shelf. These are the type of prints that I absolutely love, if you couldn't tell. Look at the details on this print. It's just spectacular that this came out of a 3D printer. I gotta say, the filament choice was also top tier on this one. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but come on. And for everybody that doesn't believe me that this is Sunlu filament, here you go, it's right here. It's just not released yet, but keep your eyes out for the next couple months, if you know what I mean. The details on this shelf are just absolutely next level. The fact that it actually functions as a shelf is just a bonus. I could have thrown this in the practical category if I wanted to, but I just couldn't stop looking at it, which made me think, this is more of an art print than a practical print, right? Overall, definitely my favorite print of the video. Let me know if you agree in the comments. Okay, I might have lied. This actually is my favorite print of the video, and this is the waveform clock. This is revolutionary for this series and this channel because this is the first time that we have used a maker tool. I'm not quite sure what they're called, but this is the clock kit from Bambu, and we're going to use it today. This is a very aesthetically pleasing clock that takes your 3 favorite colors and then 1 neutral color and creates this awesome modern looking clock that actually works. I decided to go with a nice white canvas so that the colors really pop, and then I went with a blue color theme. But of course, you can choose anything you want. You could go with green, brown, you could do rainbow filament for all of this if you wanted to. I really like the way that this turned out with this color palette. There was a little bit of post-processing required to take off the brim that was around the main prints, but it was nothing to be worried about. Even the 3D printed hands turned out perfect. They're really small, so I was a little bit worried, but they turned out perfect. And they slide right onto the clock kit itself, and then guess what? It just starts working and telling the time. I feel like we have some really good looking prints in this video. I'm pretty proud of myself, to be honest. This next print needs no intro. You already know who it is. That's right, this is C3PO, also known as my excuse to use gold filament in a video. You know I love that G-Tech gold filament, come on. This is another multicolor print that I had to go into the Bambu studio and slice myself and change the colors around just a bit. And by that, all I mean was I changed the layer for the color change. You know what I'm talking about? So that the bottom is a normal color filament and then the top is gold filament, because the entire thing looking gold just wouldn't add up because that's not his body. That's just the stand for his body. So it can't be gold, obviously. There's really not much I have to say about this print, so I'm just gonna let you admire it for a second. And that's all I have for you today. Just kidding. Bonus print time. That joke never gets old. I don't know about you. This is the modern bird statue. This is a very art heavy video, can you tell? With this print being more of a modern art vibe. Very simple, very minimal, but it works. You can tell exactly what it is. This is a bird, and it's just nice to look at. This print would work perfectly on a bookshelf or a counter, or maybe that little center area of a table. You know what I'm talking about? Or really anywhere that you want a modern looking bird. This print also works super well with a light source nearby because those shadows play just perfectly into this print and add a lot of dimension to it. Honestly, this is just a really great looking print to end off what I think was a really strong must print video. Not to brag or anything. Let me know what you think. Now that's really all I have for you today. Thank you so much for checking out today's video. As always, let me know what prints you liked. Let me know what prints you didn't like. That helps me tailor my future videos so that they're more what you want to see. If you want to check out some prints for your car, go check out my last video. That's what we did. And if you want to check out prints for your desk, then subscribe because that's coming soon and you don't want to miss it. Before I say bye to everybody, I can't thank you all enough for how much support this channel has been getting. It's unreal, really. It's unbelievable. Every morning I wake up and check my YouTube app just to make sure I wasn't dreaming that this is actually happening. You guys are just making my dreams come true, honestly. So with that being said, all I can say is thank you, and they should subscribe and check out my other videos, and have a great rest of your day. And while I duck down and get out of frame, let's say thank you to all of the channel members that make these videos possible. Now I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later.